Welcome to OddSpec Karting. Today we are looking at Lewis Hamilton's karting roots, how a young kid from Stevenage used karting to launch the greatest F. Before the 7 world titles, before Mercedes, before Formula One, there was a karting track in Cambridge and a kid who was visibly faster than everyone else. Lewis Hamilton started karting at age 8, and by 10 his father Anthony had approached Ron Dennis at an awards dinner and asked him to sign Lewis on a piece of paper. That piece of paper led to a McLaren Junior contract. The karting years built everything: the car control, the wet weather brilliance, the racecraft in traffic. His ability to carry impossible corner speed in the wet, still his signature today, was developed entirely in karts. If you ever needed proof that karting is the foundation of greatness, Lewis Hamilton is it. Trophy: the greatest karting stories aren't about the kids with the most expensive equipment. 3 examples that prove it. Driver 1 started on a second-hand 10-year-old chassis with 1 set of tires per weekend. Won his regional championship in year 3. His secret: arrived at every race with more track time logged than anyone else in the paddock. Driver 2 couldn't afford a coach, so recorded every session on his phone and analyzed it alone. Made it to national finals at 16. Driver 3, family borrowed money for entry fees. Focused entirely on technique over equipment. Now mentors junior drivers. Talent plus hard work plus obsession with learning always compounds. Medium white star Max Verstappen sat in a kart for the first time at age 4. His feet barely reached the pedals. His father Jose, a former F1 driver, ran his karting career with an intensity that was remarkable even by the standards of a sport full of dedicated parents. Max was racing competitively at 7, winning European titles by his early teens, and was signed by Red Bull's junior program before he'd ever driven a single-seater. The technical intelligence Max shows in F1, his ability to feel exactly what the car is doing and adjust instantly, was developed in karts. Jose has spoken about deliberately placing Max in difficult situations in karting to build resilience. The preparation was extraordinary. The results were inevitable. Lion: this is the question I get asked most often, and it deserves a thoroughly honest answer. Full cost-benefit analysis of karting as a hobby: financial cost, £4,500 to £7,000 per active racing year at club level. Physical benefits: improved cardiovascular fitness, sustained racing HR of 160-180 BPM, enhanced reaction time, neck and upper body strength, proprioception. Mental benefits: stress relief, focus, competitive outlet, problem solving through setup. Social benefits: genuine friendships built around shared passion. The karting community is uniquely welcoming. MY verdict: on a pure cost-hour basis it's expensive. On a well-being, personal development and pure enjoyment basis, I've never found better value. Thought balloon: Charles Leclerc grew up in Monaco, the same streets that host the most famous race in the world, and started karting at age 8. His early karting career was shaped by a difficult reality: his family had limited financial resources and his father Hervé worked multiple jobs to fund Charles' racing. The support of Jules Bianchi, who became Charles' godfather figure, was critical in those early years. Leclerc's karting style was aggressive and confident from the start, with a natural understanding of rear-end feel that has made him one of the most spectacular qualifying drivers in F1. When you watch him on the limit at Monaco or Baku, you're watching a driver whose instincts were sharpened in karts on a financial shoestring. The talent was always there. Large red circle: Fernando Alonso started karting at age 3, his father José Luis built him a kart from spare parts. By 9 he was Spanish karting champion. By his early teens he was winning European titles and attracting the attention of Flavio Briatore, who signed him to Renault's junior program. What defined Alonso in karts, and what has defined him throughout his career, is an almost frightening level of competitive intensity combined with exceptional racecraft under pressure. He doesn't just want to go fast. That competitive hunger, honed in karts from the age of 3, has sustained a career spanning 3 decades and multiple F1 World Championship challenges. At 40+, he's still one of the fastest drivers on the grid. The karts built something that doesn't fade. Spanish George Russell is from Kings Lynn in Norfolk, not the most obvious starting point for an F1 career. He started karting at 7 and was British karting champion before stepping into cars. What made Russell stand out in karting wasn't outright single-lap pace but his extraordinary consistency, lap after lap after lap within a very tight window. That consistency, which has become his trademark in F1, was identified as his defining characteristic by karting coaches when he was 12 years old. His performances in uncompetitive machinery at Williams, consistently extracting more from the car than it had any right to give, made him one of the most talked about young drivers in the sport. The consistency that impressed in karts at Kings Lynn eventually impressed the entire F1 paddock. Glowing star Daytona Milton Keynes operates one of the best outdoor karting circuits in the UK, a proper competition layout with well-maintained surfaces and a challenging mix of corner types. For competitive club racing here, the circuit has very specific fast lap requirements. Key corners, the long sweeping right, the most important corner on the layout and the one that divides the field most clearly. It's a long, constant radius right that rewards a geometric apex with full commitment. Any lift mid-corner costs significant time, the exit is fast and leads onto a long straight. The tight hairpin complex, at the opposite end of the circuit from the sweeper. Patience is critical, the exit of the final hairpin in the complex leads onto a medium straight. Get the last exit right and sacrifice the earlier elements to do it. Setup, well-maintained smooth surface, medium to hard rear axle. Standard to slightly higher tire pressures. Racing car hash returning to karting after a significant break requires a structured, sensible approach. Here's the safe return to speed protocol, session 1, whatever the brake length 70% maximum pace only. The goal is familiarity, not lap times. Spend the session rebuilding your reference points from scratch, don't rely on memory from before the break. Physical consideration, your body adapts to the G-forces over multiple sessions. Neck and arm fatigue will be greater after a break. Plan for 2 to 3 shorter sessions rather than one long one. Session 2, increase to 85% if session 1 felt comfortable. Add deliberate practice of your weakest areas. Session 3 onward, progressive return to full pace. Only push for a representative lap time when your reference points feel locked and consistent. Mental reset, don't compare your current pace to your pre-break best. That comparison creates pressure that inhibits learning. Back with left arrow above. Every generation of F1 champion starts somewhere, and right now, on karting circuits across the UK, the next generation is being forged. The British karting scene has produced Hamilton, Button, Russell and Norris in successive generations. The talent pipeline is as strong as it's ever been. The names at the top of current British karting rankings are worth paying attention to. What separates the ones who make it isn't always the fastest single lap, it's the ones who combine speed with coachability, consistency and the mental resilience to handle setbacks. The champions of the 2030s are racing karts right now. Some of them might be on the same circuit as you. So what is your take on Lewis Hamilton's karting roots, how a young kid from Stevenage used karting to launch the greatest F? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we read every single one. And if this helped, share it with a fellow karter. That is all from OddSpec Karting. Hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss our karting content. For more, head to oddspecdrive.com. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on track.